Let's continue our task manager. So let's go. Yeah. Let's start. What is it? So let's do a recap if we are able to hit all the things. So as far as I remember, this and then post. This should make a task. Status we don't have to do. We don't have to do. Yeah. Box. Then the get gives us the task. So this works. And then this works. Now update. So batch I guess. Then title fine. Priority fine. Let's do this with work. And let's do the batch. Updated. Let's do the get again. And it seems to work. So works, and let's do the remove one. So what was it? This ID, and we need to give ID and delete request. So delete and ID, delete. I got, if we do get all the tasks, I still got this one. We shouldn't. This should remove this data as requested. This data is filter. Now should work. Task ID. Task ID. Pretty simple, but should remove. Filter. Okay, so I wrote this incorrectly. It only kept a task which had this ID. So that was wrong. Let's do the changes. Yeah. Let's see how to do them. Let's do the post. Works. Let's do the get. Works. Let's do this. Works. And add. Second. Other things. Updated. Let's do the back. And second. Let's do the delete. Get. Works. So So this works. We are done with basic CRUD operation in Nest. So first part achieved, but now I would like to extend this. So let's say let's just ask GPT about about some ideas. So the way we can extend this. Make a simple CRUD operating task manager. Manager like to learn this things and principles on it. So first I would like to add the minimum functionalities upon CRUD, then I'll add those functionalities. Anyways, next one, refactor solid and design, menu function add before refactoring. Add status, so we did. Add method to update tasks separately from other updates. Okay. Tag status change history. Okay. Let's read. Add a due date to task. We have add reminder functionality. Trigger reminders if a due date is near. Basic user management. User can own task. Optional for a single date. Task prioritization allow tasks to be marked with priority. Filtering sorting. This most simple one-to-many. This task may have multiple comments. Enable later task categories or tags. So I'll just separate out things. What I can separate out is status and priority and due date. So these three things I can separate out. I don't want to increase this a lot, increase it a lot. So we have due date, we have priority and status. I'll just separate out these so we do not actually update these with just update, but there should be separate functions for it. So maybe I can write comment here. Okay, nice. So maybe system. Um, I just don't want to give this much info. I'll just write that this updates mainly title and priority no title and is it we remove it and now let's do this one the task new detail title we'll remove this we'll remove this is it and in service we yeah this works fine I, obviously we are taking the changes here as well which we should not so since we only have two changes right now title and type we can go with like if else one thing So then you can just say if not filtered object get arbitrary dot also has due date and why didn't should not due date priority title like should not suggest those just title then we do this dot class of index dot title is equals to equal dot title and same goes for equal dot type and this dot class of index dot type is equal to now this obviously isn't good practice, but let's go with it. I just don't want to write checks here. That's all. Done with it. And now let's go with priority management first. So we have due date management, priority management, and status. So let's say we go with priority management and um, what did GPT say? Say that you can just status here we already have and add method to update separately from this. So let's just go with it. Maybe update state. Update is this. And update state. So update state. Status. I guess we have status. Status. We got string and then detail status works. You can just export this. And this was like task status. And here we go with so for updating status we what did GPT like I guess if we want to go for patterns and all we might have to have like literal separate methods for each status I guess I don't know. Let's think what can we do here. Sorting comments and notes and tasks. Maybe give functionality and which discuss selected that different give a functionality to task manager. Add a feature that checks all tasks and sends a reminder if the due date is within the next 24 hours. Sending a reminder with a console log account treatment. So I'm not going to look at this, but let's just go with it. So we'll add a feature that checks all the tasks and send a reminder if the due date is within the next 24 hours. Right? So looking good actually. I'll just revert the changes here and just keep whatever it was before. Update. Then controlling this. Hello. Then and we update the DT as well. Done. Um, so we now need a feature where we get all the due dates, all the due dates of the tasks, and then remind them whose tasks is pending in next 24 hours. डाल लेना वो फिर Okay. So what I'll do कल तो वही बात हुई थी ना क्या गड़बड़ क्या गड़बड़ right we will just do what we will do. So we most probably need a cron job here which works, which runs at every time. Let's go for no, we can go for node cron though. Node cron in next step. So the scheduler does it okay. So it gives us sample versions of these. They are scheduling part and then the forward calls initialize the scheduling is start from the so we can go with this how task service we got logger and we got a cron as well. Perfect. So आने का क्या करना है आने का क्या करना है एक ही साइड पे दिखा ना क्या बोल रहे हैं module we can import schedule module 10 की नहीं करनी होगा 10 की नहीं करनी होगा schedule module we can import it for root here so schedule dot for root then and we can just go with this. So in in service we can import cron and we can just run it. So in service, yep, we can import cron and I can just import logger here. And we can do is similar to this. Now what this some different kind of logger now. Let's go with it. And here I can service and we do this handle cron. The handle cron method will be called each time the current second is 45 and otherwise the material per minute at the 45-second mark. And this is actually how the cron works. So if you have star 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 in every way in all of the placeholders, then it's per minute. And if this so every yeah, so every star denotes something. It's a day of week, it's month, it's day of month, like that. Kind of um, you know, you can make it whatever, you can make it run whenever you want to. So with it, just for now, replace this and so with this, and let's see if we get the log. 445. That's 11. Yeah. But so this works. Now what we have to do is just maybe we just need to run it every day and check for the next 24 hours. If we have anything in the next 24 hours, then we will remind them. So let's say for we can run it uh, on every day. What's for that? So to run it for every so day of week. So this is like every day, then every month, every day of month, not every hour though. Just a minute and second. So this is what it looks like. How can we make pattern? We are at the start of the component and 30 minutes from 9 and 5 p.m. Monday to Friday because this is like 1 to 5. But if we do this star, then we get 11:30 at every day. So if we do this, um, we get this frequency, and we go for star. Let's just check. So for frequency, which is in per minute, frequency check. So we had um, 0:30 11 star star star. Okay, yeah, I was wondering because it's only 0:30 11 star star star. Yeah, because it should be only like 5. I have seen 5 only, but this shows that So any value the control panel and uh, verify points. So 00 is every day 12. Let's go with, we can go with this 00 star star star. That should be 5 only. And this is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. But we can still go for like, this is option. Okay. Yeah, so it goes for this only. First 5, so 00 and then star star star. So it should work with 5 as well. And 00 then star star star. Then this should work every day 12. But obviously we won't be able to um, check it if we do this. So maybe we can simulate something else. So instead of going for uh, next 24 hours, um, maybe we can make it work for like next 10 seconds. So in every 10 seconds of gap it works, and for next whatever the next 10 seconds it collects all the tasks which has due date, or maybe 10, not 10, then a minute. So every minute it checks for next minute and then sends the reminders, just so that we know. Um, or we just have to. We don't even we don't even have to send the notification. So maybe we can just take it like this. Remind for the minute. We don't actually have to remind, so that's fine. You are. So we need to get the tasks first, right? Before, before sending the reminders, we need to get the task first. So for next 24 hours, we'll get the task as cost remind cost account the task equals to this dot task dot filter what the task there is which has due date and task dot due date. So this is a date, right? Okay. Yeah. Task dot date falls under current time. So let's just write const current time start time. This is start time is not the date dot now, and const end time is equals to date of start time plus the start time what it doesn't. So we have to add another 24 hours, and I have to ask. Start time plus 20. Okay, we can add it directly. Oh, so we can add it the start time plus 24 hours into 60 minutes into 60 seconds into 100 milliseconds. I guess 60,000 because this is seconds and then milliseconds. Um, so we need to check the due date is but due date is date format and this is milliseconds. I know it's not same. I just want to check what is it related with the not the same as it has the current time in milliseconds. New date returns a new date object representing the current time. Automatic mechanism. So we got this. Okay, we can get this. But good time. So we have date object, then we can just do get time and we know. Right? So we do the get time. This should be less than end time and greater than task dot due date dot get time should be greater than start time. Now we are not including start time, we can include end time. Can include end time. This works. Now we have to filter whatever is coming here and then dot. So this and before that, first of all, the task should be pending. So status should be equals to either progress or status should be equals to 2. If this is the case, then we So we get all the tasks from here, and we remind we remind about them. So we can use for task of the we can use a for each loop here. Just not longer. And we perform your task dot title is due today because we are sending at 12 and we are done. So played with time. Now this should send ideally it should, and then we can just now we do not have to actually export anything here, and we can just save this. Um, we just have to do this, right? So implement this. Now each task has due date. The reminder system should check all the due date is not null, due date is within the next 24 hours. The task status is not completed. Okay, so now we know that this function does not belong here. It belongs to a separate service, maybe a scheduler service or maybe a reminder service, and also the function, the content which is written here is like finding the task, then reminding them. This should also be broken up. So I'll just give GPT that what I have written, and then it should it should give me a proper refactored answer. So this way we can go for it. So it does violate single responsibility principle, obviously, and open close is like we need to modify our class. If we if we want to change anything for scheduling, we have to change our task class, which should not happen. Um, there should be a particular responsibility for a particular class, and we should not change that for other things. So we are obviously uh, violating the strategic pattern. So types of reminders, possibly if reminder should trigger on task change. So it says this, and I'll just give it the code that this is my service. So this is my vector code task dot service. How do we name it? Task dot service dot included during naturally. You need the basic reminder function and the user commands are solid for you. Now let's dive into what can be put in. Problem is current code. Perfect normal. Your task is doing too much. It's managing the CRUD, it's handling the environment. So that's what I thought like should be. It also mixes core domain logic with delivery mechanism. So that I didn't thought of. We could have different delivery mechanisms. So right now we are reminding from let's say task email or maybe a message, and then later on we want to include email or something else, so then we have to write different functions for everything, uh, which could be really bad if you just want to integrate it. I mean, upper logic should not change. So for design principle, uh, single responsibility, split the logic. So for now, set up for pluggable reminders, dependency already provided by nestages. So yeah, as I thought, it says that we should make a reminder dot service class, and in this it just moved our logic, and now this has cron, but this just calls this. That wasn't much, but let's say that uh, let's say one the let's say to change um, the logger. What do you say? The delivery methods. Okay, is stop reminders. How can I use for that? Oh, and because I did learn about it, we can use kind of strategy pattern from here. So define the strategy interface. Um, so what we does is that um, this strategy is like that we need to deliver a particular thing needs to deliver. So whenever this strategy is implemented by any class, so this is a log delivery strategy and this is an email delivery strategy. They have to implement this task. They have to implement this class, this function. So which delivers by something, and here we have two things. Now, when we actually update, when we actually remind a particular user, we can configure how we want to remind them. So we have a particular delivery strategy in here, and we can use that delivery strategy to deliver. Now, this delivery strategy could be anything. So we get it from the caller. Let's say, uh, yeah, see, so we are getting log delivery strategy here. We may get uh, email delivery strategy here. So we got the open close because we do not have to modify our existing code. So that's good. And then we can use a particular strategy. So I'll just complete this. I'll try to write the delivery strategy and then see what changes we can make. So first I'll move the reminder to reminder service. So in services are like here maybe fine. Reminder service active. Is it reminder? Yes. And now we create a service. So create yes, yes. Then we use injectable here. Reminder of service. And injectable because this is a provider. So we injectable here, and then in reminder service we shift our logic. So for we can put this cron here because we may want to remind at different times. So we can put this cron here, but the actual implementation can be here. So we can say that sorry, um, the date. Yes. Now, obviously, we do not want to shift everything. So we got the tasks. We just want to shift the remaining thing. So maybe we pass, we get all this in our task service here, and then we call the reminder service with this. So we got the tasks which are task and for each task we do this. I just move the logo. Here. Service service include the logo. Now we can send the reminders to them. Yeah. We can call this. We got we got the tasks and we do send. Okay, so we need to make a reference for this. Send due date reminders. I don't know how to make a reference for it. Constructor. Constructor reference. Constructor providing and there is no implementation for this, and we do not have to change it, so we can so we get reminder service of reminder service. I'm actually confused because we did not initialize to this. That's why I'll look into it. So, reminder service. This works. Yes. Now we can okay. Not a problem. This can resolve dependency of task as we show the dialog available for task module context. Module. I guess we have to do this. This is should work. Yeah. Now let's see its implementation. What they did is reminder service, and it is calling here only. So we get the tasks only. Yeah, it makes sense. For next 24 so we get all the tasks, and everything is done by this, whatever it has to say. While this sends the task only. So that depends. Like we can do by doing this much work in here as well. Let's say I want the flexibility to change this. Where should it be placed? Uh, we can actually get it in here in uh, props. Let's say we get arguments and we pass prop about how much time we want to add, and that we can add it and do that. But yeah, this works and that also works. Then we have to then we were making our strategies. So for let's say we have to define the reminder delivery strategy. Let's do this. So we make a canvas of we have to make an interface reminder delivery dot strategy dot TS. Now we can go for public interface the layer strategy. I've written just quietly. I just wrote public service to grab create interface. Copy this. Strategy. Okay. And we got the delivery method here. Delivery and we get the task here. That's it. Right. You don't need to implement a delivery in case it has any type, but maybe for us. So how can we describe its return type like this? Now this works. We can have log delivery in delivery. So we got log delivery dot strategy dot ts. Log dot strategy dot ts, and here, so this should be a class. Create class log delivery strategy, and it should have start. Um, it should reminder delivery strategy. Okay. This becomes reminder delivery strategy. We can just implement its methods if it implements. So we can just define the logger here. We have reminder service. We get the logger. Define it here. We'll do this as log delivery strategy, and we know for the logger. So this logger dot debug sender as large. Then similarly, we can go for email delivery strategy. So email delivery strategy dot export class which implements our delivery strategy, and we can use delivery and yeah, we can again implement the log here. So private private read only logger logger. Can we do this new logger and logger? Here we are just defining type, but we are implementing the class here. So logger and then delivery dot yeah. Now we can do this logger dot debug send the reminder email reminders. Then with this, now we can use, so we do not have to do this. Instead, what we can do is, um, so now we should get whatever the delivery strategy is, and according to that delivery strategy, we should, so either we should be able to initialize them in constructor. So whatever delivery strategy we get. So we get private read only delivery strategy and delivery strategy. Now we can use that delivery strategy. So this delivery strategy deliver. It should not be delivery. It should be delivered. Okay, not task here. This should be string though. Either I am task. What is task? So give every task here. That's how we deliver. Okay. That works. So instead of that, we give each task here. Task, and obviously this keyword is a bit confusing. it should. So now in this delivery, this implementation takes for log, it takes the task and some reminder reminders as logs, remember log for task and similarly for this sending reminder by email last month. Done. Uh, works should work. I am not sure though that this and this, no, this and this. We kind of need these providers and our reminder service. So most probably we need these as well. So long delivery strategy and email delivery strategy, I guess. Not sure. Now we will look how GPT has implemented them correctly. So yeah, we knew this. We did not did the injectable, otherwise we would have got the error. I was wondering why we didn't. So injectable and similarly injectable. We inject, we got the logger, and we just send in the log. Um, Same for email. Inject, we got the logger, and in reminder service, we got delivery reminder delivery service, and I'll ask about it like how is it's initializing this. Um, so it's just using this strategy dot deliver. We can configure the strategy. So in task module, we have providers, reminder service. Um, reminder service, use factory. Not understood this. This works. Is it what this is doing? How's how's the delivery strategy being initialized in the past? What does this constructor do? This is a shorthand task. It creates a private property to inject an instance of something that implements using a dependency injection. So, okay. So we do not actually need to write this. We can just write this and it works. Didn't know that. How is this object actually initialized? Dependency implementing is doing the work for you based on what you tell it in the module. Defined like this. Whenever someone asks for a reminder delivery strategy, give them the instance of log. Okay, then you inject it using the token like this. So provide reminder service. So let's create the reminder functions. This factory function. Reminder service strategy. Someone should have this tells me how to create a new service and then the strategy. So if we go again to reminder service, here we have reminder service and we basically need a delivery strategy here. Now, just to first to tell that what type of delivery strategy we need to use, we can we can go here and we can have a providing. So that's what this was talking about. Here we can have provide, which is this. So um, reminder. Uh, if we if we call for this reminder delivery strategy, provide use class, and we need to use log delivery strategy. So this one. Now this I understood that if we want this, if we want a sorry, if we want a reminder delivery strategy, then we it uses the class this now as an error, maybe something. No, that's fine. Providers and then this. Okay. So for class we do not use codes. If we ask for this, it provides with this. Now the second thing which needs to be understood is that this. It says that when it creates when it creates the reminder service, it needs to provide a strategy, and this strategy should be this. Like it needs to provide something in the constructor, and this is what it needs to inject. Now I'm just wondering that if the constructor has more things, do we need to write everything here? I'll just write this. So let's if many things is it constructor independence do not yes it was step 2 but this is how we could have done strategy inject using class based parameter if we are not customizing more use factor you can avoid this by letting us do that automatically. Okay, but right now we can do this. Right now it's pretty simple. We just need to provide what use factor and what it is need to inject. So in provide we need reminder service. Then in use factory what we need to do. We need to strategy and then the service with the strategy and inject this. What does it needs to inject? So log in the service. Reminder delivery strategy. Okay, what it needs to inject in terms of this. So, without any code, nodes array. Strategy. What's I'll move ahead and maybe we will dive deeper in Nest, but later. Right now, it's not the motive. The motive is to implement features, then refactor them to be able to use some patterns. So I'll just ask him. So let's, let's continue with our pattern. Let's continue learning through challenges. Give me another feature which might be used for different patterns. Challenge to add task comments. Allow users to add comments to a task and retrieve all comments for a task. Each comment should have a comment ID, task ID belongs to the message and the timestamp. So it doesn't matter who did it, which is good because obviously we are not maintaining the users. So we can just add this. I'm not gonna look below just so I implement it better. Um, we just need to do this post comment. So I'll just write a method of posting comment here in task service only a later one. I know that this should also be different. Maybe we could just make a service here. So, but yeah, comment doesn't like doesn't make sense to make a class of comment separately. Maybe an interaction class with task. But let's see. Like let's say that it works in this class only, and then we will do the later. So post comment here we do. So let's go and create comment dot detail.ts and here export class. How does this work? Create comment to just want to keep things standard. Uh, we have comment ID, task ID, the message and the timestamp. So comment ID, comment ID, which should be an ID and task ID. This should also be an ID. Um, comment ID, task ID. We can have a timestamp, which could be a date, object, and then um, what was it? The message actually. What message? So message which is instant. We make this. I don't know if we need to do anything here. We can just go ahead. Now we receive this. So we receive create command dta of type create command dta, and this we create new comment. So each task contain a comment. We can just store the comments in an array again. So let's say private comments. So first, okay. So the comment has an comment is an entity. Is like task. So comment dot entity dot is, and here we go export class comment. So for create comment detail, we do not need timestamps actually. We do not need comment ID as well. We do need all of these in our comment entity. While we do not need all of these, we can just have a task ID and a message. Timestamp is when you receive it. So now comment of type comment or did not of type comment. So this is also empty. Okay. Now when we do this, we get the create command DTO. We get the task. We create the comments ID. So similarly, we create a new comment. So const new comment is equals to we get the create comment DTO. Other than that, we get the comment ID as UUID4, and we get the stamp as date dot new date. Now we can say this dot comments dot push new comment done. Yeah, wasn't very tough, and we can add comment. Now I'm not even checking these functionalities because that's not the intent. I'll just show GPT like how I implemented it and try to improve the code quality. So intense solid and complexity. You start simple. I want to manage relationship between tasks and the data can grow. Notify users and a comment in added. Use case of observer pattern. Okay, so when a task has a comment, we get all the users of the task and then notify them. Support different type of comments, status updates, user mentions, store comment in different okay, add comment. So what we did was an add comment thing. We can separate it out like this. So add comment is like task ID message. Right? We can do exactly like this. This improved. So instead of just taking it, we are taking it in a DTO. Create comment DTO task and then message. This fine, but get comments and we return this. So let's just do this. here we implement get comments, filter messages, now we return this dot. So we need to gather all the comments which has this task ID. So we we have we have an array, let's say const relevant comments is equals to array, and we push all the comments in this array and then return. So for each comment of comments, this not some comments, we push if uh, we could have done this by mapping this dot comments dot map or for each. This is just better when it comes to like concurrency or I guess parallelism. So if comment dot task ID we dot paste is to task ID dot paste, then we do relevant comments dot push. And it gives error relevant comments and this comment error. We can just return relevant comments. Then the implementation, so just comment entity. Implementation will look at how to do this. Actually, I didn't make a service for it, and neither yeah we did make an entity for it, but not the service. So let's just see. I'll just give this process only. And then these so we have to let's say related slash include without commenting on passing upon the cool cleaning was allowed managing. Yes, that's true. So that I knew that you can apply to allow multiple listeners to react whenever a comment is added by observer. Imagine we later want to notify the task owner via email, log the comment, trigger a webhook to Slack. Right now, you just like keep adding logic inside and just type problem. We define an interface comment observer with a method on comment added. We create classes that implement this interface. Comment logger, email notifier, create a comment service, holds a list of observers and notifies them. Um, okay. Do you like to implement or do you want to first reflect the comment or move to another challenge? You choose the next go with refactor SRP. And so SRP is nothing, like we can just move ahead. So I'll just move this into command service.ts, and here we can have export class command service, where uh, we have these. So we can just remove this entirely and implement them there. That's it. So we remove them and we implement them here, and we remove this. Okay, it's getting quite bad. Uh, so we remove this. Now we can import. So import create command DTO, and we import um, what UUID UUID as v4 from UUID. Now how did we implement it? V4 as UUID. V4 as V4, and so we comment because it's not a single point of comment, it's missing the comment. So it's character data. Let's see. We remove this. What's character data? Different. Okay, we should make this injectable first of all. Timestamp. We got the UUID before. We got timestamp. We got things in create command DTO. So we are not able to specify. We got different command. Okay, we didn't imported this, that's why. So let's just import it. Import command. I guess that's this one inside. And now this works. Then get SRP then separate service. Now let's begin with observable items. So we have a comment observer interface, then we have a comment service, and we have a couple of observers. So we got the comment observer, which has on comment added, and then in comment service, we go with all the observers, which all are of type this, and all implements on comment edit. So whenever we add a comment, we call each and every observer, and we call this method. Brilliant way to implement. And then in each observer, we have this method which does something. So in notify observer, we have this method, and yeah, works. Only this part is like, I guess, my weak part, because I do not clearly understand how these works, but other than that works. So let's go with the observer pattern. So we got the comment observer interface. Um, comment dot observer dot ts, I guess. It's class, not class, interface, comment observer. This has a method of called comment edit. That's it. Uh, this this takes on, yeah, this takes a comment, I guess. This takes comment of type comment and returns nothing. I did the same, and I actually forgot to add the injector in this in the new service. Yeah. Injectable, and it should give us error because we didn't. We need to add it to the task modules. So yes, we will add service as well. Yeah. Now this is our interface. So no, so interfaces are not actually injectable because we do not make objects of them. Um, then we implement these. So in our class we have observers, all are of type comment observers. We can add the observers here. Okay. And then whenever we add a comment, we go for each observer comment, we call each of those observers. So for const observer of observers, observer, and we call observer dot on edit comment edit, and then we just pass the comment here. That's it. So this calls all the observers, and we now we can implement the observers. So we make log observer dot log comment. What kind of name it has been chosen? Comment log observer. Comment logger dot observer dot use export class. So this goes with command logger observer. This should, yeah, sorry, this should implement logger. So sorry, observer. This should implement our command observer thing. Now it should apply this, and we can just copy this, and maybe all of it. Oh, yeah. I just need to shift this here, and we need to change the name to content logger observer. We need to import it. Logger and on comment added this one, this one. So new comment added. So we do not actually add any. So what we can do is let's got new comment and new comment. What do we have in comment? We have message, yeah, message box. So comment logger observer, new comment log, that is message. Then same goes to let's say email. So comment email observer. Now ts and here you can just copy this and email observer. Just need to change this. So comment email observer, new comment email. Yes. Then with this, now whenever any comment is passed, we kind of okay. So we need to have strategies. We need to have observers in our service. Right now it's empty. So what does it? Did it created them? No. It has this comment logger observer. Yeah, that we have this. So we got this, then we got this service, but we are not injecting anything because we do not need to use a particular, we need to use all of them. So add observer, and we are pushing all the observers here. Yeah. Okay, so it has a method of adding an observer. for a particular comment. So you can add observer here, observer, add comment observer, and to add observer we get this dot observers dot push, and we just add the observer here. That's it. So this way we get all the observers, and yep, we can notify through all of them. Then our implementation kind of matches. I basically took it from the so we notify all of them. Um, this did include this again, doing the same thing. Register observer yeah, definitely forward this one again. Comment servers. So we can actually test it if we make a route on it, and then create a comment. We can do it with our task route as well. So I'll just do it, but before that we need to do this. So in our comment service we are using on module init, and then we are injecting all the observers here. So this dot logger observer, this dot add observer, main observer in our comment service. Why are we using forward of? Okay, so in this we implement on module init, and yeah, we can fix and implement on module init, and in this we make new objects of so what do we do? On initialization of module we do this now, add observer, and here we add observers of type. So we add a new log observer, comment log observer, and add observer here, comment new observer. I don't think this works. This one. Okay, so we initialize in constructor, but we pass it here when the module is initiated. So yeah, that's good. So we make a constructor to initialize them. Constructor, and in this constructor we go for initialization. So private read only, comment logger of 0. I'll just say logger of 0, yeah, which is equals to of type comment logger of 0, and private read only initialize it, and then we add these. So logger object, this dot logger observer, and this dot initialized it. Done. Now we should go and make these injectables. Injectable similar others. Injectable and we need to add it in module. So task module, but how do we need to add this check? So it added providers, command service, command logger observer, command email observer. Just added this. Command service, command logger observer, command email observer. And so let's make a route for them in our task controller to add a comment. So I'll just do a post one here which goes for slash comment slash id and we do add comment where we get what do we get? We get body we get the create command create command detail. So create command detail just like create command detail this will return this dot. So we not initialized we can do for reading command service attack command service and here we can do dot command service dot command to do create command detail. Should work. Let's see. We'll go to postman, we'll add a slash comment slash okay. So I just this shouldn't be like task ID. This should be sorry. This shouldn't be just ID. This should be task ID. And in this task, we are adding a comment, which makes sense. But for now, we will just skip this. So slash comment. That's it. And we'll give the task ID in this one, the DTO itself. So in this DTO, we'll give the task ID and message. So we'll skip this. We'll give task ID here, which could be anything. We'll just put everything and message. Best and message works. Right. I know this will not work most probably because I managed to disrupt NS policy. Yeah, cannot post, so I guess I did not write it correctly. App task controller did the post slash comment post slash comment post localhost 3000 body cannot post slash comment. Some task. So here task task slash comment. Let's do this. International फट गया. Type cannot read public undefined on comment added. Undefined. Getting undefined means we did not pass correctly. At comment service dot at comment. And I can already see that these design patterns do make it things easy for us, but it will be difficult to debug the code. Way difficult. Um, so in comment service, uh, we were doing this on comment add and then new comment. We were creating new comment for this comment ID and it should work fine. Add comment. We are passing the DTO. We got our message and all. Cannot read properties and reading on comment added. Reading on comment added. So observer is undefined because we did not add any observer, but we are adding logger observer and email observer. Let's see. You're missing that there is symbol in front. Oh, okay. So I did not put at the rate anywhere. But was it at the rate though? Like in task, yeah. I just search. So in this, I must at the rate, and this or else this I must at the rate, and this I must at the rate. This as well, I must at the rate, and then this too. And now it gives error. Says that's why I was wondering why I'm not getting these errors enough. Nest can't resolve dependencies or reminder service. Reminder service. Please make sure that the limit is available in the task module. But I'm very sure I've added this reminder service. Maybe because the server started server was starting and PC. No. Let's see. This is your this is the function of the constructor and probably it is something like this button interface and interface will not have management time. Something doesn't remind and delete this time I inject the thing. Still next time. So we already did this, but we forgot this. So I'm going to service. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. Like this. So in constructor only. Here. Here. Do this. Fix. Yeah, fix. Yes. And the right at the other. Can you do copies and find again undefined? So observer command service most probably because of these. Just to solve this order, now we are doing this. So we are injecting this, restore all the classes in the same module. We did this. Inject the observer. We did this as well. Most likely did not register. Just do this. Logger. We got the logger though. We got the logger, commit logger, observer, commit email. Oh, we got the logger. Then it should not be error. Oh, it didn't right now. Now we can see new comment added. Yeah, now it works. So new comment log, new comment email, and works. We'll look on to a few more strategy patterns, but yeah, next time. I want to continue this thing. There's an extension which allows us to execute something easily. Charge activity video. Okay, we should. Oh, yeah, okay, done. Done. Understood.